You're listening to Systemic Error Podcast. The failure was designed.
Nancy Mace has eyes on Lindsey Graham's seat because YOLO. Inside source, based on an article by Kathleen Culleton. The GOP's first response to death was a poll test. Power, not mourning. Lindsey Graham's death is the event here, but it is not the political story. The political story is the immediate scramble over who gets his seat, who gets the appointment, and how fast the machinery can be turned into an advantage. Nancy Mace's camp answering with YOLO is not humor. It is a confession. The Senate is being treated like an inheritance dispute with campaign consultants attached. Who actually decides? The source makes the power structure plain. Goff. Henry McMaster holds the appointment power, and Donald Trump is expected to have outsized influence over that choice. That is where the real decision sits, not with voters, not with the dead senator, and not with the performative condolences posted to social media. The people with institutional leverage are the governor, the party apparatus, and the presidential figure who can bless or bury contenders. The body is barely cold. The article tries to present this as interest and early real discussions, which is a polite way of laundering opportunism. Mace has already posted the standard tribute, but the private signal is the actual message. She is polling, positioning, and waiting for the ballot calendar to open. That is not grief. It is careerism moving at the speed of a vacancy. The calendar is the battlefield. South Carolina law sets the replacement timeline, with a filing period from July 21 to July 28, a special primary on August 11, and a runoff on August 25 if needed. Those dates matter because institutions do not merely respond to politics, they structure who can compete and who can consolidate advantage. The fight is not about principle. It is about controlling the narrow window in which a seat can be converted into a safe landing zone for the party's preferred operator. What the framing hides. The weak framing here is the pretense that this is a normal succession story with a little internet slang around the edges. It is not normal. It is elite extraction dressed up as procedural inevitability. The dead are used as backdrop, the public is handed a timeline, and the real conflict is buried inside the language of respectability. That is how institutional decay looks when it still has press offices. The larger pattern. This is the modern Republican mode. Convert every rupture into an opening, treat public office as a possession to be reassigned through loyalty and spectacle, and rely on the language of decorum to disguise naked power grabs. Democrats are not the villains in this story. They are absent because the machinery here is still controlled by an authoritarian-leaning party that has learned to turn every vacancy, every crisis, and every death into a tactical asset. The lesson is not that politics has gotten rough. It is that one side has accepted that nothing, not even death, escapes the campaign spreadsheet. You've been listening to Systemic Error. Thanks to Raw Story for today's article, with the automated voice of Amy. Thanks for listening.